Hello and good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Communities Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to become a driving school instructor in New York State. Now, for those people that don't know what they are, how to become one, what are the requirements, what do I need to do, please help me. Well, guess what? I'm here for you and I'm here to help you guys out. I'm going to try my best to go easy as possible, and hopefully I can explain to you the whole requirement steps and everything. First thing first, in order for you to become a driving school instructor, guys, you need a license. Yes, something as common as this many people tend to forget. In order to become an instructor, you do really need a license in New York State. Obviously, make sure your license is clean. You no type of points on your license. Obviously, within the 2-year period, your license was suspended. You want to revoke. Obviously, stuff like that. As long as you can show an acceptable driving record on your license, that's gonna make a big difference. Obviously, you also do need a high school diploma as well in order to become a driving school instructor. So these are the certain things that I just stated blank. The main thing you need to do in order to become a driving school instructor, you do really need to take a test. Yes, there is a test involved. This is why, hence, I'm gonna go over the handout where the study guide for the written test for driving school instructor. There is a written test. There's actually 4 types of tests and also additional classes you have to take. This is something that is not easy. There is a lot of steps involved. It could take for as little as at least 3 months to at least 6 months, depending on how fast you are. You can finish it within a month. You can finish it within 3 months. But I will give it more or less like 3 months at least for the time of process. So again, you decide you want to become a driving school instructor. You want to do it. You really love it. The first thing you need to do in order to become an instructor, we're only talking about instructor, to go and drive vehicles, to teach students, you need to go to an approved DMV driving school. You go to an approved DMV driving school, that instructor of that driving school will put in an application for you on their behalf, saying that this person will work for me. This is the application. They will give you the application. They will obviously put in their school code in the application. You will go to the DMV. You have to take the 4 tests. Basically, just an application showing that you are planning to become a driving school instructor. When you go to the DMV, you will have to take certain requirements in order to become part of the driving school instructor team. You have to take the vision test, a road sign test, a written test, and driver school instructor driving test, which means the DMV instructor will instruct you to teach. When you have met these requirements, then obviously from there they will give you the whole requirements and what to do. There's a 30-hour course. Obviously, we also course you have to do. It's called the Methods of Teaching course of the Methods and Content course for in-car instruction. That's also a course you also might need to take as well. Go down. So this is the application process over here, which means that the test that you have to take. Everything you'll need to learn will come out from these handouts. DMV will never ask you questions out of nowhere. Whenever you take a test, no matter if you're taking a commercial driving test or if you're planning to take a regular written test, they will never ask you the questions out of nowhere. They will question you based on what I'm about to tell you right now. So keep this in mind. If you're planning to take the test, read through the handouts first. Obviously you're listening to it, you can listen as well. Read through it first and listen it, then read it. Make sure you do read it, the handout. It's called the MV368. This is a version. Obviously, they do update it every 1 or 2 years, so keep this in mind. Make sure you look at the updated version. So, with that being said, I just stated the requirements. I told you what to do. Let's get started on this at least. So this is the table of contents. Obviously, part 1 is going to be what driving students need to learn. Part 2 is components of training. And obviously there's only 2 parts, but at least about 50 approximately pages in this whole section. So let's get started. Study guide, introduction. Well, we all know safe driving is very important. Obviously, there's many factors involved. High quality lessons from knowledgeable, skilled, and committed instructors. The more qualified, knowledgeable the instructor is, the better it is for the students, obviously. The characteristics such as responsibility, alertness, sobriety, and caution, continued learning from post-licensed driving instructor experience makes a big difference. The driving school instructors plays a major role. Obviously, we all know that. They teach you to be well equipped to deliver high quality instructions. They're well equipped on this part. They know that. He or she is basically physically and temporarily suited to teach driving. Common sense. They are very knowledgeable and skilled on what they do, to continuously develop their abilities with ongoing experience, and to be well supervised by the driving school. These are some of the things that a driving school instructor have been deemed to be whenever they teach a student. And they try to get the high quality instructors to teach driving schools. They're obviously registered by the Department of Motor Vehicle. They have set requirements for instructor background, training, and performance. The requirements, obviously, you could go to the DMV website. In the Commission Regulation, Part 76, one of these requirements includes completing a course in the teaching techniques and methodology, commonly referred to as a basic 30-hour course. That's a course that I was telling you guys. This course has been revised, and when implemented, new instructors will be equipped to complete at 21 classroom hours and 9 or more supervisor in-car hours. The main focus of this course is preparing the new instructor to teach the students to drive safely. Alright. New instructors must also pass a number of tests, including a written test. Like I said, the passing grade for the test is 80%. To assist individuals who want to become driving school instructor in studying for the required written test, this study guide for the written text for driving school applicants has been prepared. Like I said again, guys, this is something that's going to help you out to pass the test. Keep this in mind. This study material will be the one. So if you read through it, this will help you guys out to pass the test. Keep this in mind. The written test includes questions based on the Commission's regulation, Part 76 of the driving manual. Therefore, instructor application prepared for the instructor written test should be familiar with the context of those documents as well. We also recommend that the test takers read and study a driver's educational textbook before taking the written test. What that is basically saying that, you know how when we go take the DMV, New York State DMV written test, to give you the book to read? Well, guess what? When you're becoming an instructor, make sure you know every single part of it, because you're going to be teaching a student. If you don't know it, then there's going to be a problem, because they're going to be asking you questions based on that. The study guide consists of two parts, like we said, we went over before. What driving students need to learn, that's part 1, and part 2 is the components of training in-car instruction, the main components of training and the interaction. Teaching driving is a complex task which various elements intertwined. Since some information belong in more than one category, there are some redundancy in the study guide, meaning that you'll see it when you read it. There's going to be a lot of repetitive involved. Part 1, what driving students need to learn. Laws. You need to know the law. If you're a driving school instructor, you need to know what are you doing. Obviously, if you have no clue what you're doing, that's going to be a problem. Natural forces are always in effect in all aspects of our lives, including our driving. They are an integral part of the driver interaction with the vehicles and the environment. In driving, some of the natural forces that operate in the driving situations are gravity is part of it. Whenever you drive, gravity is part of it. Friction and inertia is also part of it. Force of impact when you hit something, that's part of it. Centrifugal force and kinetic energy. These are something in driving you always will experience. Balances is natural forces normally balance each other effects in a driving situation. For example, traction and centrifugal forces. Undesired effects. The operation of a single natural law or the upsetting of the balance between two or more natural laws can lead to an undesired effect. They give you an example. Picking up a speed while driving downhill and getting a speeding ticket. Gravity. Common sense. One vehicle moving into the space occupied by another vehicle results in a crash. Two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Unrestrained vehicle occupants in a crash are more likely to be injured or killed. Inertia is kinetic energy. Impact. A vehicle going around a corner too fast is likely to skid or drive off the road. Centrifugal force. Friction. These are obviously examples. Warning signs. If the balance between natural laws is threatened, there may be a warning sign. Example. If a centrifugal force overcomes traction, friction in a curve, tires may squeal, the driver's body may move away from his normal position in front of the steering wheel, objects in the vehicle may move to one side, which means that if you're driving a tractor trailer, you make a certain left turn, right turn, your tractor trailer is about to fall, guess what? That's where all these three parts are going to feel. Natural laws always operate. Natural laws cannot be overcome. Knowledgeable drivers can anticipate the outcomes of the operation of natural laws and can act to prevent undesired development. Some examples: preventive: slow down when approaching a hill crest before reaching the downgrade. Slow down before entering a curve. Wear a safety belt. Corrective: in a skid, immediately remove the foot from the accelerator and refrain from braking. If necessary to stop quickly on a dry road, shift to a lower gear. People-made laws. Some people-made laws are an attempt to help drivers deal with natural laws. Examples: speed limits, reduce speed on curves, and occupant restraint laws. These are people-made laws. So, for example, when you see a sign that states, left turn 45 miles per hour, they're telling you that if you go more than that, you might end up losing your vehicle's balance. Hence, these are people-made speed laws. Concept. Well, this is gonna be my first part, so I'm gonna finish from here. I'm gonna read through it, but I'm just gonna go up till number 3, and obviously I will have multiple parts, and I will go other parts, and you'll see in my videos that I'll go over necessary. The highway transportation system consists of environments, vehicles, and drivers. Environment: road signs and roadside instructors, trees, weather, light conditions, and traffic, etc. These are environments. Vehicle, as its parts are, obviously vehicle has its brakes, tires, lights, windshield, wipers, mirrors, safety belt. These are all part of the vehicle and its parts. The driver, obviously, his driving experience, how knowledgeable he is, his habits, his skills, his personalities, his emotions, his vision, his hearing, degree of sobriety, drug influence, height and weight, physical and mental condition. These are part of the thing. Again, there's 3 parts in the highway transportation system: environment, vehicle, and driver. EVD. Alright? Only the driver makes and implements decisions. He or she must know enough and be sufficient alert, observant, skilled, and in good enough condition to make correct decisions and implement them as well, so as to complete a trip safety. The driver also is responsible for the condition of the vehicle and must consider environmental factors and adjust to them in order to travel safety between 2 places. Risk factors not controllable. Some risk factors are not controllable. Generally, environmental factors cannot be controlled by the highway user, and some vehicular factors can be only partially controlled. To give you an example, a wet bridge freezes more quickly on a cold day than the rest of the road. Windshield wipers, even in good condition, may operate poorly when long exposed to freezing rain. A tire blowout can occur at any time. These are risk factors, and you can't control that. Other drivers are not always sober. Again, drunk driving. Risk management. There are many and various risks in the highway transportation system. There are multiple, actually. There are correspondingly many ways to manage those risks. There's some prevention factors. For example, regular vehicle maintenance. If you do routine calls and services on your vehicle for wear and tear, this actually helps prevent breakdowns on the vehicle. Keep this in mind. This helps prevent failures on it. It causes less accident and improves handling as a driver, especially in an emergency. Well, again, like I said, I'm going to finish on page 3. We will resume other pages on a later date. This is going to be part 1 for my video, guys. Again, you can read through it on your own, the pause the video section, what you need to do. Guys, becoming a driving school instructor is actually a great thing, especially for those people that are trying to open up your own school. That will be another video on what to do when you try to open up your own school, obviously. This part is only trying to become a driving school instructor. It's like becoming a pilot. The more hours you operate on a plane, the better you become. The better you become less dependent on other people. Driving school instructors is the same thing. If you're a brand new driver, drive for a little while. Make sure you don't get a summons, obviously. Drive for a little while, get to know the rules and regulation. Once you're comfortable, then obviously you want to become a driving school instructor. You don't want to become a driving school instructor if you're not comfortable, because you're going to be teaching people while you're on the road with them. Always be calm, always be collective. I always tell people, never panic. Whenever you sit in a vehicle, always take one thing at a time. There's no rush. We have the whole life ahead of us. No point of rushing right now and getting in an accident or getting into trouble where you will regret the rest of your life. Again, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Again, this will be part 1. I will have multiple parts later on. Thank you again, guys. If you guys have any other questions, comment, and concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best on my part to help you as much as I can. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.